Welcome to Shiko, Beyond the Dot, where we challenge expectations, break barriers, and explore how women and the world are redefining leadership, careers, and equality. What if I told you that you don't need VC funding, a co founder, or even a massive investment to become a millionaire? Hi, I'm Shreya, and today I want to share how I became a millionaire overnight without following the traditional startup playbook. This isn't about pitch decks or quitting your job. It's about starting small, pivoting smartly, and betting on yourself. You see, on December 28th, 2019, overnight I became a millionaire. But here's the kicker: I didn't follow the rules of the startup world. I didn't raise a single dollar in funding. I didn't spend my life savings. What I did have was an idea, the willingness to experiment, and the grit to keep going. And I want to share how you can do it too. Let's rewind to where it all began. I was working full time in a tech company, loving my job, but also feeling this itch to do something more. I've always been a travel nerd, and in December of 2018, I started Instagram and Facebook pages, which became my outlet to share hacks, tips, and ways to make travel simpler and more affordable. The first lesson I learned: ideas are everywhere. What you're already doing in your everyday life could be a startup waiting to happen. Here's where it gets interesting. I just didn't stick to one thing. I pivoted, not once, but twice. From a simple travel hack page, I became a B2C travel company. I got licenses and started. Then came pivot number two. After just 3 months of running the B2C travel company, I shifted gears and turned it into a B2B travel tech app. Each pivot was driven by what I learned along the way and what the market was asking for. So here's what you can think about. Think about the things people ask you about all the time. What are you good at? What problems do people come to you with? That's your starting point. And remember, it's okay to pivot when you find a better path. After a month of sharing content, something unexpected happened. People started messaging me asking for more. Could I plan their trips? Could I help them save on flights? And that's when it clicked. My hobby could be more than a passion project. I started small. I offered travel consultations for fee, tested a subscription model, and then kept tweaking until I found what worked. Within 2 months, I was making enough to cover all my travel expenses and then some more. Here's the second lesson: start with what you have. You don't need a massive investment, you don't need the perfect product. Start with your time, your knowledge, and your existing tools. Get those first few paying customers and grow from there. And here's something personal: I'm a finance graduate, so I just generally understand numbers better. Plus, innovation and entrepreneurship was my favorite subject during master's program. Having a background helps, knowledge always helps. If you have the urge to start up, I'd recommend learning a basic financial modeling course. It's a game changer for managing funds and reinvesting profits wisely. Here's an action tip: experiment with monetizing your skills or ideas. You don't need to have it all figured out. Start with one simple offer and keep refining as you learn. Fast forward a year. What started as me running everything solo had turned into a team of 20 people across 2 countries. I was withdrawing a 5 digit salary from my company every month, and I was still working full time in tech. How? By focusing on scaling smartly. I automated what I could, outsourced what I wasn't an expert at, and invested my profits back into the business instead of fancy equipments or offices. Every decision I made was about sustainability. Could I keep this going without burning out? Could it grow without losing quality? The third lesson: don't let growth intimidate you. Scaling doesn't always have to mean taking on massive risks. It's also about being strategic and intentional. When you're ready to grow, ask yourself, what can you delegate or automate? Invest in people and tools that let you focus on the big picture. Then came December 28th, 2019. I received an offer to sell my company. The timing and opportunity felt right. That sale changed my life. But more than the money, it showed me what was possible: that you can build something meaningful without playing by the traditional startup rules. And let me say this: I sold the company on purpose. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't because I couldn't run it anymore. I made the decision strategically, knowing that it was the right step for me. You don't need to come from money to become a millionaire or live that rich girl dream. You just need to know when to bet on yourself and when to take that win. Lesson 4: your journey is yours. You don't need to fit into anyone's definition of success. You don't need VC money, a co founder, or a 100-page business plan to make it work. You just need to start. You can define your own version of success. Is that financial freedom? Is that an impact? Doing what you love every day? Let that guide your decisions. So, to every woman out there thinking about starting up, but feeling like it's too overwhelming, too risky, or too not for you, I'm here to tell you it is for you. You can start small, you can start messy, and you can start while working full time, just like I did. Your journey might not look like anyone else's. And that's the beauty of it. To every woman listening to this, you might have doubts, you might feel like you're not ready, but the truth is, most people aren't ready when they start. It's in doing, the experimenting, and yes, the failing that you will find your strength. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Your journey, your way is valid. Thank you for tuning in. If this resonated with you, share this with someone who needs a little nudge to start their journey. And remember, the only wrong way to start up is not starting at all.